Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is absolutely fascinating. And, well, honestly, it's a little terrifying if you're a data scientist or an algorithmic trader. We are going to look at how a single, seemingly innocent line of Python code could literally be letting your machine learning model see into the future. That's right, we're talking about a look-ahead leak. And this isn't just a minor glitch. It's the kind of thing that can turn a mediocre trading algorithm into a billionaire on paper, and a complete, absolute disaster in live markets. Let's get into it. So, think about it for a second. Is your ML model time traveling? Usually, when we talk about backtest overfitting, we think about tweaking parameters until that historical chart looks just perfect. But a look-ahead leak? That is far more insidious. It's basically the crime of your algorithm borrowing from the future to make decisions in the past. It's like taking tomorrow's newspaper with you into today's trading session. So if your model suddenly looks unbeatable in testing, well, it might not be a stroke of genius. It might just be an unauthorized temporal anomaly. To show you just how incredibly dangerous this is, wrap your head around this jarring statistic. Because of the specific code bug we're exposing today, a model can actually achieve a greater than 50% win rate on pure random noise. Just let that sink in for a moment. There's no real structure there. There is absolutely no genuine reversal edge in that synthetic data. Zero. Yet this bug artificially inflates the reversal hit rate, literally inventing profits out of thin air just because of how a rolling window is framed. Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, unpacking market fractals and market geometry. Now, a fractal, specifically Bill Williams' fractal pattern, is actually an incredibly elegant concept. It's just a simple 5-bar structural pattern. A high is considered a bearish fractal if it has two lower highs flanking it on both the left and the right sides. And conversely, a low is a bullish fractal if it has two higher lows on each side. It is brilliant because, well, it requires zero complex parameters. You just need the number of confirming bars on each side, which is usually 2. Actually, scratch that. It's not just a pattern. It's a pure structural test for a local turning point in the market. And the deeper mathematical philosophy behind this simple 5-bar shape is really fascinating. Benoit Mandelbrot famously pointed out that markets are self-similar across timeframes. This scale invariance means that a 5-bar fractal on a 1-minute chart looks and behaves structurally exactly like a 5-bar fractal on a monthly chart. This sheer consistency makes it a brilliant tool for machine learning feature generation because it allows your models to process turning points identically, completely regardless of the time resolution you're looking at. So if we map out the procedural flow of the entire Python pipeline we're auditing today, it looks like this. It starts with raw open high-low close data in step 1. Then, step 2 spots those basic 5-bar fractals we just talked about. Step 3 enhances them with strength and validity scores. And finally, Step 4 calculates dynamic support, resistance, and trend lines. It's a beautifully structured pipeline. And here is the massive red flag we need to talk about. An enormous look-ahead leak originates right there in Step 2. Which brings us to Section 2, the center equals true leak, or peeking at the future. Behold the culprit. It looks like your standard pandas rolling window function, but notice the specific argument sitting in there. Center equals true. In order to test if a bar is a fractal, the code checks 2 bars back, the current bar, and 2 bars forward. To do this easily in Python, the author just threw in center equals true. But mathematically, centered literally means the code uses future values. At row t, it is grabbing price data from t+1 and t+2. It is absolutely peeking at the future to confirm the present. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact problem we're dealing with. It's a stark contrast. On one side, the raw, leaky output plots the confirmed fractal right at the peak. But think about it. In reality, you couldn't possibly know it was a peak until 2 bars later. On the other side, we have the genuinely causal shifted signal. This represents when the system actually knows a fractal occurred, after the window has safely closed without looking into the future. Now, you might be wondering, okay, it's one parameter, how bad could it be? Well, it cascades. Because of that single center equals true parameter, 10 different features in the pipeline become totally contaminated. Both the high and low fractals, the strength measurements, the validity flags, and worst of all, the dynamic resistance and support levels. All of these features are infected with future data. If you feed this matrix to an ML model, it's going to think it has a genius sense of market timing when really, it's just reading tomorrow's tape. All right, let's fix this. Section 3. fixing 3 hidden code bugs and cleaning the pipeline. Let's play detective and break down the 3 specific bugs hiding in this code. Bug 1 is that center equals true leak we just discussed, which massively inflates performance by using future prices. Bug 2 is a hard-coded shift of 2 in the signal generation. The author just assumed the fractal window n would always be 2. So if you change your fractal to a 3-bar or 4-bar window, the code silently fails to align the data. And bug 3, a static volatility threshold. The code was supposed to filter fractals based on dynamic market volatility, but it completely ignored the input data and used a flat 0.1% threshold for everything. High volatility, low volatility, it just didn't care. To the crucial point is how we actually fix that primary leak. And it is a highly satisfying, elegant solution. Rather than hunting down every single calculation in the pipeline and shifting it manually, the absolute best fix happens right at the feature matrix boundary. We identify all 10 leaky columns and apply one simple line of code, Shift N. This moves all the contaminated data forward by n bars, perfectly aligning the feature with the exact moment it actually became knowable in the real world. Finally, let's look at Section 4, Features versus Labels, and Strict Data Science. To really understand why we don't just throw away the raw, unshifted columns entirely, we have to strictly separate our X features from our Y labels. Predictive features, the X matrix your model uses to actually make a decision, must be completely causal. Absolutely no future information allowed. But your Y labels, the target your model is trying to predict, well, those actually require hindsight. If you want to label exactly where a structural swing truly occurred for backtesting, the unshifted raw fractal is the mathematically correct choice. Let's move to this and see how conflating these two things builds into a literal real-world disaster. Notice how if you properly shift your features so they're causal, a random walk synthetic dataset yields exactly a 0.50 win rate, pure chance, which is exactly as it should be for random noise. But if you mix up features and labels and leave that leak in, the win rate predictably climbs right past 0.50. You are literally manufacturing a fake trading edge entirely out of a coding artifact. Which leaves us with a pretty critical and provocative question to end on. If something as standard and commonplace as a pandas centered rolling window can silently inject a time travel bug into 10 different market features, what else is hiding in your pipeline? What other confirmed patterns in your trading code are secretly looking into the future? It's a sobering thought for sure, and it means any feature built on a rolling statistic deserves a rigorous causality audit today. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Now go check your code base.